Show continues.
All right, everyone. We're back. Ant's blown out his nose. Let's see.
Wow.
Is he in that car or is that?
There's someone in there, yeah.
What happened?
209 mile an hour wipeout.
Oh, my God. There's your video of the day. What's the details on that? Speed tester crashes car at 209 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's driving pretty goddamn fast.
You're welcome.
The only video I saw of it, it was that, and then they showed it come to a stop, and you did see some movement in there. So
Is he alive?
I guess so. That thing, it started getting a little squirrely on him. It went sideways.
Right.
And then it gets lifted up into the air a little bit, and it's so like smooth and graceful, and then it hits the ground. And
that's it.
It can't spin any faster than it was spinning.
So, A-Rod. A lot of people talking about the A-Rod.
I'm actually agreeing with him on this completely. I hate Bud Selig.
Bud Selig is actually making people sympathetic toward A-Rod, which is an impossibility. People hate him.
Yeah, mostly they hate him.
Bud Selig is a complete cunt.
So, but A-Rod's right. He is being
they're doing
singled out.
Arbitration hearings, and A-Rod finds out that Bud Selig is not in New York and will not be testifying, so A-Rod's like, fuck this shit.
Mm-hmm. You better testify.
And he walks out, and then he goes right to Mike Francesa. What a big get for Mike Francesa yesterday.
Yeah.
And then he was all emotional on Mike's show yesterday, angry, almost crying at times.
You think Mike Francesa's version of Roland came in and said, You want A-Rod?
Yes,
you want A-Rod? He wants to come on.
So we got just a couple highlights from A-Rod on Mike Francesa's show.
The total surprise call, right? Like he just called in.
He walked in the studio.
Oh, he's in the studio.
He said, fuck this, get me to the goddamn fan. He walked right out and went right on the fan with Mike Francesa.
Did Mike put him on or did he make him wait?
He made him wait.
Wait, I'm busy.
He was busy dealing with prank calls and making believe they don't get to him.
I spilt my Diet Coke, I'm gay.
Okay. A-Rod explains walking out of his hearing.
A-Rod, tell me what happened today. Well, we got a ruling that the commissioner does not have to come in from Milwaukee. And it was very disappointing. Obviously, I've been there for 10 or 12 days, whatever's been there for every pitch. I have my girls back home in Miami, and, it's been difficult. But, respecting the process, having been offered to come in a million shows, haven't done anything. It's just been really just taking it one day at a time and respecting the process. And today, I lost my mind.
Wow.
Huh?
He lost his mind. They're kind of singling him out. I mean,
Absolutely.
Let's be honest here.
I'm starting to really feel, even though he's not a great guy.
But you got to ask yourself, why are they singling him out?
Well, it could be personal reasons.
They probably feel like he got away with murder.
But who didn't in baseball at that point?
But he hasn't really...
Where's all these people that were fucking doing the steroids and fucking jacking balls over the goddamn walls?
But he hasn't really paid for it yet.
Baseball's
so they're really making it hurt.
Florentine raised a point about fucking the home run record with Hank Aaron and Bud Selig, and there might be something to that too. He just hates A-Rod, but he's a fucking Bud Selig never should be commissioner. He's an owner. He should not be the commissioner. He was an owner.
True.
Well, baseball made that mistake so long ago at this point, right?
I banged the table and kicked a briefcase and slammed out of the room, and just felt like this system. I knew it was restricted, and I knew it wasn't fair. But what we saw today is just it was disgusting, and the fact that the man from Milwaukee that put this suspension on me with not one bit of evidence, something I didn't do, and he doesn't have the courage to come look at me in the eye and tell me, this is why I did 211. I shouldn't serve one inning. And this guy should come to our city. I know he doesn't like New York. I love this city. I love being a Yankee. My daughters grew up in New York. And for this guy, the embarrassment that he's put me and my family through, and he doesn't have the courage to come see me and tell me, this is why I'm going to destroy your career. And I have to explain this to my daughters every day.
Aww.
The thing he's
did
saying, though,
something though.
he did do something, but what is he saying about the guy about he didn't do anything and he shouldn't serve? Why is he saying he shouldn't serve one inning? Like, what am I'm obviously missing something.
He's basically saying it's all bullshit. The charges are bullshit.
Did he juice though? I think he did, didn't he?
And Bud Selig is probably saying this is an open and shut case. I don't need to waste my time in New York. They'll take care of it.
For Bud
That's probably what's going on.
Why wouldn't Bud show up?
Bud Selig is an absolute cunt.
I don't like him at all, but he probably has someone representing his side, obviously. It's not worth his fucking time.
Yeah. Yeah, I really
because they think it's a no-brainer.
Well, that's true. Scumbag move, though.
And A-Rod's using it to deflect, obviously.
It is true. You want to fucking
gets a little deflection here.
End somebody's career. Maybe you should show up.
It's the first time I've ever liked. Right now is the first moment I've ever liked Alex Rodriguez.
He's having what they call a human moment.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever liked. This is why you don't always listen to people who tell you don't go out and talk about it, because then you tell your side,
right,
and don't let the Daily News do it for you. You tell it.
You'll be back hating him soon enough.
But look, dude, when he goes 1 for 17 in the fucking playoffs, I'll hate him again. But I don't want to see his career ended because of Bud Selig.
Because Bud is not going to let this just sit there, so he's going to explain some shit, and you're going to go, oh, fuck, okay.
They'll be like, oh, yeah, fuck that A-Rod guy.
I bet you that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a quick turnaround of this. Another highlight.
So you blew up when the arbitrator, Horowitz, made the ruling the commissioner is not coming. That's when you exploded. So you got the definitive word that he was not coming to this process, right?
I exploded much worse than Paul O'Neill on any of his explosions with the coolers. I was very upset. I probably overreacted, but it came from the heart, and this has been a very difficult process. And I felt that the reason why I didn't go to Letterman or Leno, or I didn't come on your show, or the hundreds of invitations is out of the respect to the game, to Michael Weiner, and to Manfred, and ultimately to the commissioner.
What?
He's saying that
do you believe that? He knows if he did any interviews, he'd be in a tough spot. Out of respect, he didn't do interviews? Come on. That's bullshit.
Well, he's just, he's basically saying, look, I could have been a dick before. He can't say it like that, but he's basically saying I could have been a dick a long time ago and blabbed, and I didn't.
Yeah. But he also knows he would have been in a tough spot.
Yeah, I think he did it at one point, right? Didn't he do steroids at one point, but so many other guys did, too.
But he didn't blow off, interview requests because out of respect for those people.
Right.
There's no fucking way.
I don't know why the government's involved or Congress was involved. Who gives a fuck? If these guys want to do steroid, let them. I don't care.
Yeah, I like it.
It's not my business.
It makes the experience that much more amazing. Let's say hi to Tony in New York.
Hey, guys, what's up? Listen, Jimmy, you said that you didn't understand. You thought A-Rod did juice, and it did come out in, 2002 that he did take steroids. But what's going on here with this situation is some clinic in Miami got turned over by the government, and the owner of the clinic, who's basically a felon, baseball paid him, and they paid him in cash, so it's really, really shady, to testify against A-Rod, and A-Rod saying that this claim is bullshit.
Wait, baseball paid him in cash?
Yup, cash. And that's what all these sports shows are talking about, and Francesa is really on A-Rod's side this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
A-Rod's a huge, baseball is a huge organization. How are they paying this guy in cash just to take down A-Rod? So that's really what's going on here. He's saying that this is bullshit.
Well, we're going to find out, I guess.
I think both sides have a lot of bullshit going on. But I mean,
I think baseball players in general get together and go, all right, what do you know?
Yeah.
Where can we go? What do you got?
I don't think A-Rod did anything that anyone else wasn't doing at the time.
They're all looking for an edge because there's way too much at stake. Massive salaries, massive fame. So you get together with the guys and go, all right, what do you got? What's the new thing?
Yeah.
Are they going to detect it in a piss test? Right?
Yep.
He's never tested positive. A-Rod's never had a positive test. That's another thing that should be brought out here.
Okay.
And the guys that got brought down in this with this clinic, they served their suspensions quietly. They just went and served them because this guy, of course, they know that they were involved in it. A-Rod did have some interaction with this clinic, but I think that it's just the process of the way baseball went about just nailing A-Rod. And then they gave him about 111 games more suspension than anybody else that was involved in this scandal.
Yeah, why? And Bud Selig doesn't have to explain why. He's just an arrogant old cunt.
That's because of the smirk.
Yeah.
No.
The A-Rod smirk.
Think that's it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You think Selig's jealous of the chicks A-Rod gets to bang?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. More info. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Back to the clip.
To Michael Weiner and to Manfred and ultimately to the commissioner.
Funny, right?
Because
Weiner.
this is the game that I love. I spent 20 years in the big leagues. I've worked my tail off. And at the end of the day, I always said to you and other media members, I will tell my story. I will have a platform and a forum. And I thought, rightfully so, this should end with Selig on Thursday and me on Friday under oath. Put your money where your mouth is.
So you were going to still testify?
Or we can go to Milwaukee and we can do it there. If he doesn't want to.
Listen, Selig,
I want to challenge you.
I was going
fucking working the mic like wrestlers.
Right.
You were there, I'm there.
Although, yeah, if one testify, they both testify under oath.
Yeah,
Bud
there you
Selig
go.
should have to explain himself. I don't care if you're the commissioner. If
Under
you're giving
oath,
this
right.
guy, who literally is the only challenger for the home run record, if you're giving him this suspension, you should have to
show
explain
up
it.
and show cause.
You remember that last phone call we just took?
Of course.
Okay.
All right. We got a classic situation right here. Classic. We've never heard this before. The last caller was wrong. Go ahead,
sir.
Anthony.
That call was complete bullshit, man.
Of course.
No, what he said was accurate, but the part that he's missing is that A-Rod also tried to pay these guys off prior to Major League Baseball getting a hold of him.
Okay.
Do they have proof of that?
Do I have proof of it?
No, not you, but are they saying they have proof of that?
Yeah, they're saying they have proof of that, but not only do they have proof of that, they have proof that he tried to intimidate the other players that were underneath the investigation not to cooperate with Major League Baseball.
Right.
The crux of the whole investigation. So the reason why they're going after him so hard is because they have a whole bunch of evidence that links him to basically
valuable evidence.
Trying to squash all evidence linking himself to this clinic.
Right.
And the fact is that this is not only the first time he's dealing with somebody in Miami. He also deals with this guy Galea.
Hold on, but dude, was the paying the cash thing? That's a big. Baseball doesn't pay in cash. Was that what it was?
But then A-Rod's trying to squash some old findings as well.
Yeah, he's also trying to pay in cash, Jimmy. And I think
but he's not. I'm sorry, go.
This guy is a scumbag, and he only wanted cash.
Hey.
So I mean.
And
It's kind of shady on both ends.
And could you add that Major League Baseball is going after him really hard because of the smirk, please?
Yeah, please.
I got a theory. It's all about the smirk. The A-Rod smirk has gotten him in some deep trouble.
You want me to believe A-Rod was doing steroids because Selig says so?
You bought that lie. All I got is the positive test and my bolts.
money where your mouth is.
So you were going to still testify?
Or we can go to Milwaukee and we can do it there. If he
but you were going to still testify. You never backed off.
I was going on Friday 9:30.
Okay. And you were told today that now the commission, here's the ruling, commission is not coming.
Yep. Oh, that's a big face.
It is.
And then in the post it says, by shifting blame to Selig, Team A-Rod hits a home run in the court of public opinion. Like, yeah, I was just changed, but maybe I'm still wrong.
That's what I'm saying. He's deflecting a little bit. He's taking advantage of the fact that Selig isn't showing up. So
it's working for him. Sympathy.
It's absolutely working for him. But that's what I'm saying. Something will come out where you go back to, okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
I got confused for a second.
You're like, oh, that's right. He
Yes.
is an asshole. Shit.
It'll probably happen today.
Oh.
And you could call up tomorrow and say, okay, you guys were right.
Yeah.
And then one more clip from the interview with Mike Francesa on The Fan here in New York.
You have said in the past a lot of times, everywhere, that you would, when it was over, and you're saying now it's over, you had been very guarded about what you said, okay? You had not said much about the process or were you guilty or innocent. Tacopina, I'd heard a couple times say it, so I'll ask you the question. Were you guilty of any of these charges?
No, and I should have.
Did you do anything wrong?
No.
Did you do any PEDs?
No.
Did you obstruct just anybody, any witnesses? Did you do anything that they accuse you of doing? Nothing.
Nothing.
So you're guilty in your mind of nothing.
I feel like I should be there opening day.
Okay.
And that's what I'm working hard for.
And let's get that on the record. You say you did not do these PEDs that they're accusing you of doing.
You're correct, Mike.
Okay.
Oh, God. All right.
Well, you know, that's a fucking, even though he's not under oath right now.
But he has nothing to lose by saying all that.
Yeah.
There's nothing to lose.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then if
He
shit
feels
does
like there's
come up-
plausible deniability there, so he's going with it. Fucking guy did heads.
Maybe. Hey, what?
PEDs,
Oh,
whatever
no,
the fuck.
It's different.
What do you mean? I ain't no ped.
No, it's different.
Let's say hi to Daniel from Jersey. What's up, Daniel?
I used to Pez
morning,
as a
boys.
kid.
Nice.
What's that?
Pez. It was great.
Hi, buddy.
Hi.
Hey, Major League Baseball is coming down on A-Rod hard for two reasons. The first reason, like you said, is obviously because of the smirk.
Thank you. Finally.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. That's all I got, my goofy bit. Let's go with it. And what else? What else, sir?
Yeah, the second reason, he actually, they have evidence that he was actually trying to cover it up and destroy some of the evidence that they had on him. As far as the suspensions go, it's actually set in their agreement with the players' union. How many games people get suspended for using steroids. So it's like first offense is 50 games, I think. After that is 100 games. So that's what all the other players got.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to stop you for a second because you're the second person saying that A-Rod tried to cover up some old evidence. Mm-hmm. Where's the proof of that?
You know what?
It's in the pudding.
Yes, but I'm sure that if it ever goes to trial, something like that, then it'll come out.
Thought better of it.
Okay.
I should have too.
All right.
All right. So there's no proof, really.
I don't know. I guess it's going to come out.
I really don't know. There might be, there might not be. But, I assume that Major League Baseball is not going to spend all the money on a lengthy, possibly going to court on it if they didn't have something to back it up. Otherwise, they're just throwing money down the drain.
Well, we'll see what happens today because I don't think Major League Baseball is going to sit tight on what A-Rod said yesterday.
And when he said that he never used steroids, if I remember correctly, back, I don't remember how many years ago it was, but when they did like their baseline testing where all the results were anonymous to see, they made a deal with the union that based on the results of that test, how they would implement future testing for steroids.
Yeah.
And I think that he was one of the people that actually tested positive. The results were supposed to be anonymous, but a couple of years afterward, they got leaked out. And he was one of the people that tested positive.
All right.
Even if he did back then, it's just enough already because so much of this shit goes on, and baseball fucking knows it.
They always knew it.
Right, they always knew it.
They always knew it, and then it kind of exploded on them.
They're more hateable to me because they're not the ones who are fighting for a contract every X amount of years or fighting for the record. They're the overall company, and they know it's happening, and then they act like fucking what?
They had no qualms about steroids when fucking it brought baseball back from the popular fucking hell it was in,
of course,
because of the strike. Oh yeah, they knew. They knew damn well.
They're so close to the game, obviously, and they study stats and
Sosa and McGuire.
And they see the players bulking up. They're not dummies.
Yeah, they know.
You go to your local gym and all of a sudden you see a guy all bulked up. Immediately, okay, he's cycling.
Yeah,
cycling through some shit right now.
Yeah,
they knew. Get the fuck out of here.
Toasting each other as the balls are flying over the walls.
Right.
No, I agree with you that, they knew what was going on and they didn't really care. But, always A-Rod should come clean. Don't say I never did it when there was a test that you did test positive. Just say, look, I did it. It was before there were penalties in place for it. Once they changed the rules and said it's not allowed, I stopped doing it. Come clean. Don't try to cover up what you did.
I know a lot of people have, sympathy for A-Rod today, but that guy's full of lies. You watch the turnaround now within a day or two.
I'm not lying.
Thank you, sir.
What is the Players Association doing? What is the union sticking by him, or what is their take on it? Maybe someone knows.
Yeah, I guess they are. I mean, I guess they have to, right?
I never took steroids, right?
Yeah, not lying.
I don't care what Mr. Malunigan says.
Maybe call up and just talk about nothing that's pertinent.
Hello, I want to talk about me and Colin on the trip.
What? We weren't even talking about.
All right.
How you doing? This is Alex Shooter Popalop.
Whoa. Who's that?
Yeah, I was shooting up all of your steroids, and my head got so big it's like a balloon.
We're going to have to get a little taste of Scott and Todd. I know October's over.
I know. But it is always
And
nice.
Wee's put in a request to go after a radio show in Rochester.
Terry Clifford?
No,
consider it done, Weeze.
No,
we got you.
No.
Fuck T to the C.
Dude,
Terry Clifford Day.
No.
Yeah.
I was so scared my last visit to Rochester that I was gonna fucking run into that monster.
Oh, boy, I'd be afraid too.
Exactly.
No,
she was in that Chris Angel trick. She stepped on him.
He's got a show that's very, very deserving.
Yeah.
Very deserving.
Why?
And this show basically said recently that Brother Weeze, who does a lot for people in general, took money from charities.
Why? Did he?
No, of course not. Oh, sorry. So, we might have to put this show on.
What show is it?
On the radar. I don't know. I think her name's Kim or something. Kimberly. I don't know the name of the show.
Kimberly. That great song.
Kimberly. Supposedly she's a real,
What?
See.
I would like to expose people for taking charity money, but you're exposing the kids that actually are getting the money because they have the disease.
You see it.
And you call them out like, he's taking money from this charity.
And he's got a lollipop in one hand. He goes, he coughs and he's screaming at him in front of a group.
But I didn't do nothing, mister.
Yes, you did, bum.
Oh.
Shout at him, put him on the stand, take his medicine and step on it. Bad boy.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
You're a bad boy.
Oh, gee, mister.
Tony in Jersey says A-Rod's name is the only one that got leaked out, so that's he feels like he's been singled out by Major League Baseball.
That should be inadmissible in any sense of the word.
Right.
If it leaked.
We're going to break this week's podcast, which we didn't promote yesterday. The brand new podcast is up for you. It's the best of Mike Tyson on our show from his 3 or 4 appearances.
He was good.
So please go get the Opie and Anthony podcast, and please spread the word about the Opie and Anthony podcast. We're trying to figure out if there's a business model there. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Hey. Did you hear the big Mike Tyson news?
What?
I don't know if I'm supposed to say it. Oh, no. But he's happy that my special is on Netflix tonight. American Degenerate is now available on Netflix.
He can only hold it for a couple seconds, and then I see his whole face start collapsing.
Yes, he starts chuckling a little.
That's very cool, though. American Degenerate now available on Netflix.
And I have tickets going on sale tomorrow for the Valentine's Day weekend, Atlantic City, the Borgata. I'm doing it myself. I'm in the music box, so bring your girlfriend or your wife, and I will ruin your weekend.
Bring your box to the music box.
I got it.
Jimmy's saying.
I gotta say, I started the Mike Tyson book.
How do you like it?
Holy
awesome,
fuck.
Right? Awesome.
I'm only 30 pages in, and I'm already thinking, okay, 700 pages is not enough, or 600, whatever it is.
And it's small font, right? Like, so every page is fucking packed.
But it doesn't. I don't feel like I'm reading Tyson's actual words. By the way.
Oh, you think? Help?
Well, of course, all the celebrities get a little help. It's common now, and it's fine. It's accepted.
He probably talked it out. He probably talked it out.
He absolutely talked it out, but then it was cleaned up a bit. But holy fuck, does he have a story to tell?
I'm on page 480, whatever, and it has not gotten boring.
Really?
Not even a little. I never realized that drug addiction was such a big part of his career. I didn't realize the drugs he was doing during the Lennox Lewis fight or fucking after, oh my God, drugs fucking ruined this poor guy.
It starts.
A poor guy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The forward, or whatever the fuck it's called, before the numbers start. I hate that about books.
Because you feel like you're kicking ass and you haven't even gotten to one yet.
You haven't even gotten to one yet.
Is it the ones where the pages are labeled like I?
Shit.
I.
That drives me nuts, because that's like... That's not, it doesn't count.
No.
It doesn't count at the end.
The page count, right.
But he starts with Desiree Washington. Holy fuck, did he get railroaded.
Yeah.
It's so obvious. And he's sticking by that.
Yeah.
And then it goes into his upbringing where he had a chance. Like, he had a relatively normal family life. And then, the mom lost her job and all that. Then they had to go to Brownsville, where it was just a completely different, neighborhood.
It's like fucking Beirut.
And then he's robbing houses at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old.
A gun? He had
with a gun? I can't even imagine that.
He's in a gang fight.
Motherfucker.
He's in a gang fight with a gun, and he sees his older brother, going, "What the fuck are you doing on the other gang?" Really great. Great story, man.
What does his older brother do?
I don't know. I believe he's still alive. There's a photo in the book of Mike and his older brother, so I'm thinking he's still around.
I don't think we ever saw a picture of Mike Tyson's older brother.
It's in there. I think
same parents or same mom type of deal. What do we got there?
I do not know.
Yeah.
Probably same mom.
I wonder if he has boxing skills or ever did, his brother.
You gotta have some kind of that neighborhood, man.
But
gotta
then,
fight.
Yeah.
And he, Mike Tyson was, he was not nice.
No, even in the boxing
one of
world.
his tricks was, the old subways in.
Yeah.
Remember when you could pull the windows down? I forgot, because I'm reading it in the book. You could pull the windows down, you get a little air, even though you're going to get shitty air. So he would sit in a seat, he would pull all the windows down, and then, like, women or whoever the fuck would sit in the seats where he just was. He'd get out of the train and on the platform, reach in and yank fucking chains.
As the train started going.
As the trains are going.
He'd reach in and yank your chain off.
Yank fucking chains.
And then you're on the train. Where are you going?
Good gimmick.
And then he would wear the chains for just a day or two, but he knew eventually they would rob him of the chains. So then he would get a couple days out of it, and then he would pass it on to somebody else to get some money for it.
The violence that this guy grew up with, man, like the fucking fact that everything he had was going to be beaten, he would be beaten up and everything was taken, and then he'd beat somebody up and take their shit. It was like this fucking, it was a very, very violent place.
Something.
So many stories, and I think in the book he's only 10 at this point.
Yeah.
Wandering around, no supervision, wearing really nice clothes, hanging out with older, street guys.
Yeah.
Dealing with pigeons. The boiling water story? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know it,
Even in that world, though, I think he comes from a really violent place. Like, I'm sure Sonny Liston didn't come from a great neighborhood of George Foreman, but he came from a violent fucking neighborhood, man. And a violent behavior he exhibited.
I can't wait to get back to reading it.
It's so fucking
It
great.
got me off my stupid Candy Crush obsession.
Wow.
I'm so happy that
I like
I'm
reading
again.
It's hard to focus on reading because of the phones and stuff. It's hard to just go like, and slow down and just read. And I'm so happy I'm doing that a little bit more.
I used to read a lot.
Yeah.
I hope I get back into it.
I'm making myself, dude. I'm making myself because Tyson's book is so good. Dr. J's book was good. Mike's is better though. Dr. J's Mike had a different life than Mike.
Sorry, Dr. J. Then I go with Tyson.
Yeah, you got to go with Tyson, but
and then I'll find something else to read after that.
No, I would recommend Dr. J. It was good.
Maybe
but Tyson's just fucking.
Maybe some kind of romance novel.
I'm just trying to figure out what that is.
What?
There's
Two
a
happy
plan
people.
for my life. Double plane crash survivor opens up. Was this guy in 2 plane crashes?
Oh my
God, that's got to be a little fucking.
Yeah, I know. Don't fly with him, right?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
Jim.
yeah.
Good one.
That's gotta that means we got to get rid of him. He's the devil or something.
Don't fucking. What is he? A basketball player?
I don't know what he is.
What is it? What we got?
He don't fly right.
What we got with this shit?
Well, he has survived 2 plane crashes that killed his parents.
Yikes.
His parents were killed twice in plane crashes?
Damn.
Wow.
And he's now
fucking playing in a garage.
He's now speaking publicly for the first time about his recovery and his plans to play college basketball.
For who though?
University of Michigan.
Oh, okay. All right.
2 plane crashes.
I see the M the M hats out there.
Do you know the odds are so rare to be killed in 1 plane crash?
Shink about it.
Could you imagine having 2 plane crashes? What the odds
Shink
would
about
be?
it.
The show.
Shink about it.
Ugh.
All right, we'll be back with a great audio clip from Sean Penn.
Oh, good. I'm sure it's great.
And a news reporter looking like an idiot.
Ooh.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius X. All right, well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, at Opie Radio, at Anthony Cumia, and at Jim Norton.
It's been difficult, but, respecting the process, having been offered to come in a million shows, haven't done anything. It's just been really just taking it one day at a time and respecting the process. And today I lost my mind.
Wow.
What?
He lost his mind. They're kind of singling him out. I mean,
Absolutely.
let's be honest here.
I'm starting to really feel, even though he's not a great guy. But
But you got to ask yourself, why are they singling him out?
Well, it could be personal reasons.
They probably feel like he got away with murder.
But who didn't in baseball at that point?
But he hasn't really.
Where's all these people that were fucking doing the steroids and fucking jacking balls over the goddamn walls.
But he hasn't really paid for it yet.
Baseball's
So they're really making it hurt.
Florentine raised a point about fucking the home run record with Hank Aaron and Bud Selig, and there might be something to that too. He just hates A-Rod, but he's a fucking Bud Selig never should be commissioner. He's an owner. He should not be the commissioner. He was an owner.
True. Well, baseball made that mistake.
The Opie and Anthony Show continues.
All right, everyone. We're back. Ant's blown out his nose. Let's see.
Wow.
Is he in that car, or is that...
There's someone in there, yeah.
What happened?
209 mile an hour. Wipeout.
Oh, my God. There's your video of the day. What's the details on that? Speed tester crashes car at 209 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's driving pretty goddamn fast.
You're welcome.
The only video I saw of it, it was that, and then they showed it come to a stop, and you did see some movement in there. So,
Is he alive?
I guess so. That thing, it started
so long ago at this point, right?
I banged the table and kicked a briefcase and slammed out of the room, and just felt like this system, I knew it was restricted, and I knew it wasn't fair, but what we saw today is just, it was disgusting. And the fact that the man from Milwaukee that put this suspension on me with not one bit of evidence, something I didn't do, and he doesn't have the courage to come look at me in the eye and tell me, this is why I did 211. I shouldn't serve one inning. And this guy should come to our city. I know he doesn't like New York. I love this city. I love being a Yankee. My daughters grew up in New York. And for this guy, the embarrassment that he's put me and my family through, and he doesn't have the courage to come see me and tell me, this is why I'm going to destroy your career. And
crying at times.
You think Mike Francesa's version of Roland came in and said,
You want A-Rod? you want A-Rod? He wants to come on.
So we got just a couple highlights from A-Rod on Mike Francesa's show.
The total surprise call, right? Like he just called in.
Call. He walked in the studio.
Oh, he was in the studio.
He said, fuck this, get me to the goddamn fan. He walked right out and went right on the fan with Mike Francesa.
Did Mike put him on, or did he make him wait?
He made him wait.
I'm busy.
He was busy dealing with prank calls and making believe they don't get to him.
I spilt my Diet Coke. I'm gay.
Okay. A-Rod explains walking out of his hearing.
A-Rod, tell me what happened today.
Well, we got a ruling that the commissioner does not have to come in from Milwaukee. And it was very disappointing. Obviously, I've been there for 10 or 12 days, whatever's been there for every pitch. I have my girls back home in Miami, and
getting a little squirrely on it. It went sideways.
Right.
And then it gets lifted up into the air a little bit, and it's so smooth and graceful, and then it hits the ground. And
that's it.
It can't spin any faster than it was spinning.
So, A-Rod. A lot of people talking about the A-Rod.
I'm actually agreeing with him on this completely. I hate Bud Selig.
Bud Selig is actually making people sympathetic toward A-Rod, which is an impossibility. People hate him.
Yeah, mostly they hate him.
Bud Selig is a complete cunt.
So, but A-Rod's right. He is being
they're doing
singled out.
Arbitration hearings, and A-Rod finds out that Bud Selig is not in New York and will not be testifying, so A-Rod's like, fuck this shit.
You better testify.
And he walks out, and then he goes right to Mike Francesa. What a big get for Mike Francesa yesterday. Yeah. And then he was all emotional on Mike's show yesterday, angry, almost cried.